I mean, it's even funnier because the fact that it's a chunky ass carrot will make a viewer win.
I'm sorry, chunky ass carrot was not a word I thought I would hear today.
But yeah,
Chunky ass carrot.
I mean, the joke is that he didn't die
Chunk.
because Loid was there to somehow avert the situation.
It's just the funniest word to use to say fat carrot.
Come get your vitamin K, bitch. Sorry. Welcome to the Operation STRIX podcast. I am your host, The Crow. Joining me today is Roski Draftsman.
hello.
Dancing Pineapples.
Hello.
Cool Blu-rays.
Hello.
And Sid. I
Hello.
fucking hate you. We're back, baby. It's been 2 months since our last episode.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
To be fair, that's only like partially our fault. Endo went a month and a half without updating, and we did not do an episode on the last chapter. And
Right.
I
Yeah.
wanted to open with that because before Sid defends this chapter, and rightfully so,
Hey.
rightfully so, I will say, because okay, when the chapter came out, chapter 94, I hated it. Okay, I'll admit it straight up. And you know what? There was a lot of people on this server that did not like it. I wouldn't say they hated it, but it just was not doing it for them. And we were all
Right.
kind of mostly, right, I feel like, in agreement that it was not a great chapter at the time, right? Am I making that up?
No, you're completely right.
No,
Yeah,
no,
most
don't
people
do it.
were happy with it.
I
I
think
was
it was
like,
better than most of the server. But
The initial reaction, I feel like, was that everyone was just like, what the hell was this one-off chapter?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it-
pretty much.
Just came out of nowhere and ended as soon as it came.
yeah, that's actually
Right.
that's actually probably the chapter's biggest problem. Like, you could do like a two-parter with a premise like that.
Okay, and see,
but
Yeah.
that right there. So, okay, well, obviously we didn't do an episode on the last chapter. So over the course of a month and a half, I've sat back and I've scrolled through Reddit and I've looked through the fandom and Twitter and all of that. And I could say with all honesty that I was wrong. That apparently the entire fandom loves this chapter. And I had to like think to myself, I was like, okay, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe.
See, I liked it. I was a minority in our group because I immediately knew that it was like a gag off of Detective Conan, and
I knew it was,
It's a
but-
great gag, and I appreciate it for that. But
Yeah.
like, to be fair, it was following after Demetrius's introduction. That's a big thing
Right.
to come right after. So like, it just felt, I think, just like whiplash, emotional whiplash.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
somebody
like-
pushed Cool Blue off a cliff. It was like Demetrius, and then nothing else about Demetrius.
nothing else about anything. It was like, random vacation, random everything.
It would
Yeah.
be like if you enjoyed, I think, like a hot bowl of soup, and then someone just started making you eat like walnuts or something.
but you know, like they had their terms, they had their like end term tests, and then they went to winter break, so it's kind of
Yeah. It's
It
fair.
kinda
I
makes
mean,
Well,
sense.
it
It
wasn't
makes
really
some
winter
sense, but-
break because they just went to a mountain snowy resort to
Right,
have
there's
them
no
have that
context.
snowy. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
I mean,
But, like,
it
it
was,
wasn't snowy
it
in
was
the city.
technically a prize for Anya getting another Stella, but yeah, out of all rewards you can give, that's the most random one. Like, oh yeah, I want to ski. Oh, let's go skiing. Oh, skiing sucks. Well, yeah, like, okay.
Yeah,
Then
and
what-
that goes back to what you were saying, Roski. It was like it should have been a two-parter. I would have gone out on a limb, and I would have loved that chapter if it was the start of a mini arc.
Yeah,
Like-
if it were
Yeah,
a
me
mini
too.
arc, I would have liked it more. I feel
would've
like
loved
I
it.
think
No.
it needed like, I think it's a good gag, like a good gag chapter. But I think if it had a little more time to maybe build up to like, oh,
bake.
it seems so serious, and then we're getting super jokey. I think it would have maybe landed a bit
Yeah.
more, made it a bit more funny.
I mean, I think that the main joke of the chapter works against the premise of the chapter. Because okay, it's the classical murder mystery in a shack in the middle of the mountains.
Yep.
So many horror movies have done that. A game that actually Endo made a reference to also does that. Um, but
Which game is that?
it's called Banshees Let Cry, or in Japanese, Kamaitachi no Yoru, which is a sound novel. It's like a visual
Sound
novel.
novel?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's like a visual novel, but instead of having memory located to important images, it's located to important sounds for the story. It's an
Oh, I
entire
think the
format.
sounds would actually be more creepy. I genuinely like get freaked out whenever there's like creepy sounds and music. Makes me nervous.
He made a reference because the plot of that game is essentially that. A group of students get into a shack in the middle of the mountains, there's a blizzard, and people start dying, and you have to figure out who the hell is doing all of that before they kill you.
Do they get killed by a frozen carrot?
Oh, I wish. I mean, like, how the fuck do you stab someone with a carrot?
Like,
Well, it's a
Frozen
frozen
or otherwise.
carrot,
It's
and-
frozen and sharp.
No, the thing is,
how
it's
did you
not
freeze it like that though? Carrots don't freeze like that.
I don't
Sorry.
know.
No, but
I don't know.
I mean,
Submerge it in water and
It's
then
just
shave
for a
it.
joke.
I-
guess.
even if you make it like frozen fucking solid, like this chunk of ice, it's too thick to work as a stabbing weapon.
I mean, I guess this guy just spent some time just shaving it to a point and just was so
Okay,
determined
so
to-
I'm gonna freeze a carrot, then I'm gonna sharpen it, and I'm gonna get yeah.
I love
Flawless
we're discussing
murder.
the physics of this deathly frozen carrot.
Well, I mean, see, you guys are right. The carrot is a terrible weapon because it didn't kill the guy that the man stabbed.
Yeah,
him.
like,
oh, I
So-
thought he did die. See, that's
No,
how
he
little
didn't.
I'm
No,
paying
he
attention
didn't.
in this
Bro, oh my
chapter.
God.
Lloyd was just
What
so
manga
him.
do you think this is?
no, but I mean, it's
The
even
man, the
funnier
guy
because
lived. Yeah.
okay, so but I mean, the problem here is that you have this murder mystery setup that is also absolutely ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, the killer is making himself pass as a killer snowman. Sure, but
Yeah.
you spend so much time building up to this with all this character, with these funny names, with this setting, with all the build up to the actual alleged murder,
Mhm.
and then you resolve it in like 3 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the problem because yeah, the joke is in part that the Forger family is overqualified to solve a murder mystery because they all have the tools to, in some way, shape, or form, undo what usually makes a murder mystery interesting. If you
Mhm.
have someone that read minds, poof goes the mystery of who is thinking and killing other people.
Yeah.
But they deflated it so quickly that even as a joke, it felt like, wait, it's over.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
quick.
It was really quick.
It was very abrupt, yeah.
Before we move on to we should mention just all the funny pun ass names these characters
yeah.
had because
Someone
they
went
are
full
That
Ace.
joke
Someone
for
went full
DC.
Ace Attorney here.
they're
They
so
do that
funny.
in every arc for DC, and it's an exact like gag on that. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Let's see, we
some-
have the college students, 4 of them. So we have Max Slacker,
That was me.
a drama queen, short on credits, need
Also
a
me.
job
Me.
soon.
That's the college
Yeah.
experience right there.
No, yeah.
And then we got the host of this lodge, Roger Hostman, and spouse
What a perfect
Hostman.
name.
He is a host.
Yeah,
man.
someone went full Ace Attorney on this chapter.
And
I love it.
don't forget the employee Porter part timer.
Oh yeah. No, and there's someone like I love skiing.
Don't forget
Tabloid.
Hack
Yeah, the
Scriber.
tabloid writer Hack Scriber. And Guy Luvinsky. I haven't
Loves to
here.
ski.
Loves to ski.
Guy
loves
loves
to
to
ski. I
ski.
got
I
it.
love to ski. Yeah.
I thought like actually that was the actual name.
No,
That's my
but
favorite.
yeah.
Just
I mean,
Guy.
they're
Guy.
technically names, but
It should have been Guy W for like middle name. Who? Guy who loves to ski.
Guy
Yeah,
who
it's-
loves to ski.
yeah, it's oh
Love
my
it.
god.
Oh,
Some
man.
and it's actually a credit to the translator because the puns were the same, but they were in Japanese, so someone had to make them work in English.
Work, yeah, in English.
Yeah.
I love whoever handles like, okay, we got another pun in Japanese. You got to make this work in English.
I love when they do that in
Mhm.
another manga that Blue and I read. Blue in Kaneko's Assassin Life. They do
Oh,
the same thing with
yeah.
they make like
Yeah.
animal puns every chapter,
They
and
do.
it translates really well in Japanese.
Surprisingly, yes, it does.
And then somehow they always make it work in English too.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Shout out to the translators. Always doing a
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah,
they
they're
did a
doing
banger job
God's
there.
work for real.
Bless.
I just want
Uh,
to say two things
Go for
for
it.
just this chapter, and then we can move on unless anybody else had anything else to say. But so, like, just something that I thought that was funny with that chapter was the fact that like it was just usually like with Detective Conan, like arcs and stuff take quite a few chapters or episodes to like complete, and then like Conan has to figure out things that take so much time to like complete a like the mystery and everything. And then there's Loid, like it's basically like a joke that like the forgers were able to like figure everything out within like that night, because you can't beat having a kid that can read minds, Bond being there, and then Anya being able to see the future through Bond, and then Loid being who he is by knowing just about every trait, everything that you can think of. He's like, oh, I know how to fix the phone that's out, so we can
Oh,
call the authorities.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I was able to heal up this guy. I was able to tend to this guy that would
yeah.
He just casually lies, but I was a part-time in electrical.
Yeah, so
whatever
he
employee.
completely
Just plays it off,
negates
like, no
the
big deal.
detention
See,
of
that's
the
what
chapter.
makes it no fun. Lloyd is like too good
Yeah,
at
yeah.
everything that he can't be enjoyable in a murder mystery setting. It's
Yeah.
really annoying.
Well, okay, to be fair though, like it goes back to what Sid was saying, because the way it was set up is like it should have been, but Anya just had hacks and was like, "Hey, Dad, you should go behind the door at like 11
Yeah.
o'clock
Yeah.
tonight."
It's like, how
And
do
he's
you
like,
why?
"Okay."
See,
I
but
was
these
thinking that.
two,
I can't believe he
they're
just
like
goes
too
with it.
good. Actually, literally, the entire Forger family is no good in any kind of murder mystery setting because
I mean, the-
Lloyd can do anything.
what,
Roar
I mean,
could
the
just
one
kill them.
exception was York
Yeah.
because she actually became the prime suspect out of the.
That should have been a thing. That
was actually so funny the way she was like, I probably didn't do it.
I
Probably
probably
Oh,
didn't
you're
do
fine,
that.
babe. I know
remember.
you wouldn't kill
I can't
anybody.
remember who I kill.
No,
this
but
time.
Yeah.
I mean the funniest part is how she became the the prime suspect is because she went out in the middle of a blizzard.
She got really like
Be-
way too
because
she
embarrassed
was-
about.
she-
Oh my god, sharing a room with Lloyd. I gotta go out and cool off.
No,
in the blizzard."
I mean that it's like girl.
She was enjoying the breeze, and they're like,
Yeah.
it's blizzarding
Yeah, she was- it's a
outside.
fucking
Look at you."
blizzard. Yeah.
Surviving.
No, but
She's just
it's
making
like
snow angels.
yeah,
Poor gal, she's
it's
got
like,
it bad.
poor girl. Like, come on. If you were to share a bed, I get it. That's really really intense. If you were to share a room with just Lloyd, I will get too. But you're sharing a room with the kid and the dog too. Like,
It's her crush. You can't not.
Just being in the same room as him overnight is a little too much for her right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
does she make
Her
small
child
talk
is
like
in there.
that?
it's adorable, but it's adorable. But come on.
She
Yeah,
has it. She
it
has
is.
it so bad.
Down bad.
Oh my god.
It's
Oh, I
true.
love it.
Though, you know what else was really funny though? You know, at the beginning when like Anya saw the Bond Man like episode, and
She's
or
so
Spy
easily
Wars,
influenced.
yeah, she like the moment that she gives Lloyd a look, and she's like, I want to go, and tears are in her eyes, and then like
Just
he
Smash
gets-
cut to
Smash cut
the
to-
to them in the
alright.
mountain.
Sucker.
he's also
He
down
can't
bad
handle
for
her
family
crying.
life.
His poor baby girl.
That's
Yeah.
true. The only time he freaks out is when Anya's crying. And she doesn't cry often, so
She
when it
doesn't.
does.
Right.
Huh.
It was the same thing when I think it was the episode or the chapter when like Loid and the butt date and stuff, and Loid was watching the news, and Anya wanted to watch Spy Wars, and he's like, no, we can't. And then she gives them that look and starts looking like she was about to cry. And he's like, okay, fine.
Yeah, he can't handle kids crying, and Anya knows that. I don't know if she's like purposely
I don't think so.
crying. I don't think so, but it just happens to work.
She's a little 4-year-old girl. She's gonna cry whenever she doesn't get what she wants.
It's true.
Yeah.
She'll throw a little tantrum, but the cry eyes.
I want it. Oh my god. Simultaneously, when she's on the boat, that just like makes me laugh and pisses me off at the same time. Like,
my parents would be beating my ass.
I just want to shake her.
I can't believe people would call that cute when you're throwing a tantrum, and I'm like, yeah, my parents would have beat me if I did that.
Yeah.
At the store.
We go to the bathroom. No!
They're gonna drag me out to the car and say, we're leaving if you're throwing a tantrum.
They can't hear you outside in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
All right, this just turned really sad.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next chapter.
I have a happy thought.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Happy thoughts.
I just want to say it shows that Anya feels secure and safe with Yor and Loid, that she can, have her tantrums and express her emotions openly to them.
It's true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
She's still a brat, though.
She is, but it's very normal for someone her
It
age
is.
to act
She's
this way.
literally
It is.
4.
She is
yeah,
literally 4.
I just hope
sense,
nothing
but-
happens to her, because at the end of that chapter they were like, she was like, do you understand you can get seriously hurt one day and stuff? It's like,
No, she was like, it was
you need
fun.
to try to stay away from dangerous people. And I'm like,
Yeah,
but Mama and Papa are dangerous people.
girl. It should
But
have
it's
been
like,
fun
it
to
just
find
sticks with
people
me
killed.
though.
They're like, hypocrite.
That panel sticks with me though.
Mm-hmm.
Is it foreshadowing?
Yeah. I don't,
Well,
that's
not
what
in
I
this
think,
chapter,
kind
not
of.
chapter 95, because we finally got the frickin' gala that, well, okay, I don't know if they called it a gala originally, but now it's a gala.
Right. They called it.
Wasn't it like a
End of the term
social
party.
Becky called it, I think, an end of semester party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In chapter
What?
36.
Yeah.
36?
36!
God, that was
Yeah.
Jesus
62
Christ.
chapters. What the fuck? Endo?
That's like- that's like
it was referenced that long ago.
That's deadass 2 years ago.
More,
my
yeah,
God.
almost 3 years ago. Oh my god.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's been around for 5 years now.
Oh yeah, this shit is moving so slow.
Oh my god.
Woo.
Okay, well, it's been 3 years, guys. We finally got the gala.
We've been waiting
Oh,
for it.
fuck
We've been
me.
talking about it like briefly. It's like, oh, it's the
We
end
talk
of the
about
term
it
now.
every episode at this
We
point.
keep wondering, when are they going to go to that party and dress
We
up
did-
like they keep saying they want to?
We did bring it up last episode that maybe this was like gonna be the start
Right.
of it with Demetrius.
Yeah.
I'm still wondering if Demetrius is gonna show. I don't know if it's because if it's only their
Well,
grades.
No,
I think
I
it's
don't think
separated
he's
by
that fun.
grade, it sounds like. Or maybe
Yeah,
they
yeah.
do it
all
on different
first
days
graders
or something. So
in
they have
this
like
party.
one dance per day for like each grade, because that's a lot of kids, to be fair.
That's fair. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
big
A
school.
little too many kids, but
Right.
Yeah, security risk maybe? I don't
Yeah.
know.
All I know is the shippers are going to go crazy if they are not already going crazy.
No, they've already started making fan art.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
they
they're already
Fix.
losing it.
I lost it at Anya just immediately like, hey, Scion boy, dance with me. And he's like,
Do you want to dance together?
It's like,
Dance
wow,
with
let's
me.
forge a close.
She's so confident. Like, where did she get that from? No
God
fade her.
bless her. Yeah, Lloyd probably.
And then
No,
and
definitely
then-
Floyd.
Like father, like daughter.
I was actually slightly disappointed because I got excited thinking, oh my god, Becky and Anya are gonna go dress shopping, and then we're gonna go to the dance.
We already did that. We did that chapter 36.
They didn't buy any dresses.
Yeah, why?
You
yeah,
can
that's
never
true. Why
have
would
too
they do that
many
again?
cute shopping chapters. Damn it!
Yeah, but knowing Endo, it would take another 2 years before we got to this chapter, so let's not push it.
yeah.
Fine, I guess because we had to have a big reveal about how cute Anya was going to be in her dress. I can understand and forgive.
Okay,
them for this.
somebody brought it up that her dress is very mature. I'm not saying it
Some
was
people
inappropriate.
some people feel, I think, a little weird about how it's cut, or like the kind of strapless thing a little bit.
Okay,
It's not
she's like a child.
No, yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a mature design, but it looks good. It looks appropriate, at least. For
Yeah.
her.
I don't
It's
think
just
it
a
looks
little more
her
Okay,
pretty
mature
things and
than
being
we
able
were
to look
Okay.
like a princess.
Speaking of the dress, someone pointed this out to me in another server, is that her dress, like the shape of it and the cut of it, looks just like the dress that the princess Anastasia wears in like that animated movie.
In
Wait, what?
Anastasia.
No.
I didn't think
interesting.
about that.
Hold on,
okay,
hold on.
it's
I gotta
not
Google
exactly
now.
the
I gotta
same.
Google
I know
now.
No, I sent it. I sent you guys the
Oh,
picture.
oh.
But it's like the
Throwing
same
to a
freaking
frenzy.
thing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's similar.
I thought it was a bit more like. Oh, I see what you mean.
Oh yeah,
With the
I see.
sleeves, yeah.
I see it.
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a little different,
like
but I
that.
see.
Yeah.
I
It
don't
is-
I don't think Endo was copying. I'm just saying that
It
as a
just happened.
delusional tinfoil hat wearer.
Oh god. Eventually, I'm gonna put tinfoil hats on our avatars. It's gonna...
I
You
am
will.
actually. I was surprised because I thought for sure Anya was gonna like do a jokey kind of dress or something, or wear like a costume to this thing.
What
I'm
did
not
you
gonna
say? She's
lie.
gonna be a peanut.
Over Lloyd's
Yeah,
dead
I thought she was
body.
gonna dress up as like a peanut, or wear like a peanut style
No.
dress. I don't know.
Becky
Over
would
Lloyd's
never
dead
allow
body.
it.
She would
No,
not.
she
No.
wouldn't. She really wouldn't.
No,
Because
she
she
really,
knows
really
that Damien is acting like his usual little boy is afraid of emotions self again.
But I mean, Anya was absurdly forward with him, so he was caught completely off guard. Like, wait, what?
I was caught off guard by Damien being the ultimate nerd and wearing a fucking tuxedo.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised, especially you
Dapper.
Pines didn't make fun of him for wearing a white suit.
I mean, I made fun of him for a lot of shit.
It
You
would
know,
just be
Anya
the
could just
icing on
throw
top.
juice at him and stain his.
Oh,
stain his outfit.
so mature. You're reading grape juice and like, really?
Grapefruit juice, which by
To
the
be
way,
fair,
You're so
grapefruit
grown up.
juice is pretty
You're so
grown up.
grown
That
up.
shit is sour.
it's
It is.
disgusting. I'm sorry. I know some people like it, but I would never.
I only like the grape juice that you like find
It's
at
not that
communion
bad.
that you take shots of.
Take shots of a
Only way I would
Yeah.
drink it is a Paloma, and even then, I just want it for the tequila.
I'm very particular about grape juice. There's only like specific like brand of grape juice that I'll drink that tastes fire.
Oh my
but
God.
Everything else is bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god!
What a nerd. Yeah, I don't hate the tux. I hate the grapefruit juice.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious they gave him like a tiny wine glass or whatever. It's like they just
Yeah.
have those for
On the
It's like a
whole
children
mocktail.
because
It
it's
looks like a-
perfectly sized for his tiny little hand.
Yeah.
And they're all,
Or,
all
like,
like, "You're so
is it-
grown up, boss man." I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
You know,
Are
as,
you?
as rich as they are, I would still not be surprised if they just like went to the dollar store and got like plastic little wine
Yeah, no,
glasses for
literally, I
them.
was thinking that too.
Yeah.
They could have
Like,
made
they're-
mocktails.
Mocktails.
Also, I want to gush just for a second about how adorable all the like background kids are. They're so
Yeah.
cute and stylish and expressive, and all the scenes they show with like the big groups. I'm like, oh, I
Mhm.
love this.
How
Yeah,
much
they-
so
they-
much.
I mean,
take?
the
Maybe
the crowds
was
here
just working
are.
on this.
I
out of
have
this
to know
world.
who like is an assistant who's like doing all this extra work because I feel
Yeah,
like I've seen their
probably.
style of face for all
I
the other
think-
background stuff.
No, yeah,
recently.
you can tell
This
they're.
chapter is why it took 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Probably.
I wouldn't be
Also
surprised.
Omake,
Like the
too.
crowd shots are insane.
They really
So
are.
They
many-
are.
So many kids, so many original designs, so many outfit designs. It's not like you see them having the exact same fit. So
Mhm.
all of that has had to be an absolute pain to draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I
I
like
mean,
you were saying.
y-
Oh, go ahead, Rusky. Sorry.
No, I mean the funny part is that there's parts where you see when Endo was like, yeah, fuck it, let's keep it simple with this last one. But like you can you can see the wind getting out of him in the last pages, but
Probably. Yeah. I do want to say, like, what y'all were saying with the faces, like that one panel of like what is it, Hamilton Hall, where they're the winners. I fucking love their faces. Like they're all like, yeah, they're so hype.
cute. Yeah, like they're all
Yeah.
jumping and like, yeah, it's so adorable.
oh my god,
Just kids.
I love
having
the line
fun.
work in that. in that panel.
I also genuinely love that they had to they set up this whole okay, you guys are gonna be at this fancy gala, but we're also gonna have a whole game show portion of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where,
they're kids.
Damien is wearing that stupid little hat, and he's spouting all this Eden
Trivia
knowledge, and he's
knowledge.
slapping the buzzer. And he's got the little Bing hat, so fucking funny.
I find
my
it
God.
interesting that the Loralee, the siren of swimming pool number 3.
It's like a legend or something, yeah.
Well, it's the name of
Sounds
the
like.
boat too, wasn't it?
Oh,
And,
yeah.
I mean,
They're
it's
like,
because
oh,
Lorelei
Lorelei.
in
Lorelei.
folklore is
Is
an
it a
actual
family?
name of an actual mermaid. You know,
Yeah.
a tragic mermaid.
it's like super Hogwarts. All of these.
I was
se-
about
these-
to say
these
Chamber of
where it's
Secrets.
we got the moving portraits and the sealed chamber, the devil ritual. What the hell?
Tag
Also-
yourself.
Wait, you haven't heard about the
How wants
mysteries
to
of
bet
other
Melinda
campuses?
was the one who did
Oh
that?
yeah, we
considering
have.
They have all those.
They watch
rumors about her.
They watch freaking Totally Bound Hanako-kun.
But in general, old faculties, universities and schools, have so many legends around them.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on. My school is haunted by an old. My undergrad is haunted by an old author who killed himself by jumping out of a building.
That's
Every
badass.
school has that.
Yeah, there's always
my
kind of
my
rumors
entire
like
city
that,
block is
especially
haunted.
ghost ones. I've heard.
Mm.
I remember hearing that stuff when I was even in elementary school.
Have we?
Well, I'm in Mexico, so I can't talk about that.
Oh,
Too
I-
many
yeah.
to list.
I did. Okay, I asked this in the chat. I don't know if anybody answered it, but Pierre Pommier, is that a name that we've seen before? Because I feel like I've heard it somewhere.
I don't know. I don't feel like I've recognized that.
Doesn't ring a bell, but
Pierre
maybe I'm wrong.
sounds familiar.
I don't know.
mean, it's
There might have been some other character named Pierre.
Yeah,
That might be
Where
what I'm
did you
thinking.
see this? I'm sorry.
In
It's
the-
during when Damien is listing off all those Eden secrets or something.
Pierre does sound familiar. I just can't think of it, but
we've definitely heard Pierre. I
Oh,
don't think it's
He
Pierre
is the
Pommier.
former royal chef who visits the Eden Academy.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
The true nature of Pierre Pommier?
Who
Interesting.
the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Him
Maybe
being a
people
former chef,
of
or
the
royal chef.
royal.
What is this
families.
implying? Poison the royal family or some shit?
You know, it will
I'm
be
just
a
throwing
pretty
shit out
Rasputin
there.
shit.
This doesn't mean anything. Don't get it twisted, guys.
No, where's my tinfoil hat, Pines? Pass
Oh, I got
Okay,
a
so we
tinfoil
have
hat.
a
Thanks.
Rasputin story in your hands.
God,
it. Maybe.
I've
Hey,
ruined everything.
we got Rasputin. We got Anastasia dress. It's all coming together, man.
Oh, God.
What about Crowley? Is it Crowley?
Crowley.
Crowley.
Arnold Crowley.
Arnold
that
Crowley.
Weird little.
Was not expecting that reveal.
Oh yeah. Blue called it, didn't you?
I did. I was I thought, oh, maybe because he's top of the class with classical literature, maybe he'll meet Anya or be impressed by her. I'm I was right.
I was not
You
expecting
were
it that
right.
soon. I was expecting it whenever they would split into their academic placements, but I didn't
Mhm.
expect it.
I
At the
know,
gala.
yeah.
Well, technically, she will probably be seeing more of him whenever those
Yeah.
class
Oh,
projects
yeah,
happen.
but,
So that might be
uh,
why he got introduced here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sus
with,
looking
with that design, so you really expect him to be regular.
Honestly, he kind of gave me not Mob from Mob Psycho, but those other psychic characters.
No. He made me think of Mob Psycho too. When I saw him,
Yeah,
it made me
his
think of
hair,
Mob
right?
Psycho.
It made me
Yeah.
think of those kind of weird psychic characters who have the freaky hair.
Like the
other
twins.
one, the Teru, right? The yellow blonde one.
Yeah.
The weird Marge hair thing going on.
I called your reference.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize how on point it was until you shared that pic, Roski. I'm gonna put it up in the
Oh yeah, the
video, but-
occultist. That was
Yeah.
fucking freaky.
I mean, like I said, in Japan, they have grown up. Well, entire generations have grown up with occult-related manga. That talk
Yeah.
about occultism and witchcraft and satanism, and all that Western magic that for them is incredibly foreign. So, Aleister Crowley is actually kind of common knowledge. Even Pokemon references Aleister Crowley. Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that one, the freaking Elite Four. Yeah. I know
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
Oh,
of course,
Yeah.
it's the ghost kid who is referencing the occultists.
Nerd. Yeah. No.
But the fact that I had no idea who that Mr. Crowley guy was until
Yes.
Roski.
Yeah, I don't think
referenced him.
anyone knew who he was until
I had
Roski
no
dropped
idea
the reveal.
until
Yeah, I
you
had no
posted
idea
a
that would be
screenshot
such
of that
a
guy.
specific reference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
His
it
hair
makes me feel
matching
weird
the
that I
hat.
know that.
Let's see what else. I did like. Oh, okay, since we're talking about hair, can we talk about 90s shoujo kid?
Oh
With-
yeah,
with
the one that tried to ask Becky to dance and had like that weird little skull charm on his
Oh,
tie
yeah,
and
that's
stuff, and the
weird.
little rose. Like, oh, he had a chain on his like fucking pants belt or something.
Oh,
like, dude,
wow, I didn't even notice those things.
that was
Did you notice like
crazy.
the little skull on his tie? Too?
Yeah.
It was, like so edgy.
Yeah.
Edge. Oh,
It is
yeah.
so
The hair,
so
just
funny.
the whole look. Oh,
Pulling
empathy.
in all the girls.
Hubris business group.
And Becky's like,
Oh yeah, those
sorry,
funny.
I
Like,
cannot meld with kids your age.
And then it says
We're the same
nurses,
age.
nurses from Rose Hall.
Oh my god.
Rose
No.
Hall, I didn't know.
the
Narcissus.
brazen commercial industry. Yeah.
I didn't catch all
Hubris.
of these before.
Oh,
Brazen
Endo's going
commercial.
real hard. I think the more he like makes like he just loves his puns. He's going really hard on them recently.
Yeah.
Well, he's got so many names. He's just like, fuck it at this point. Like,
I know, yeah. There's no
Yeah.
point giving him normal names. At least this way they'll stand out.
Yeah, they're
I
gags.
mean, it's a manga stable to make funny names.
I do love the little touch where Endo's like, it's not just a gala party, but these children are on a political battlefield right now, and like
Yeah.
they're just like, I was like, what the fuck? Like the
No,
they,
the
panel-
they are 6 years old. Why,
I think what
why
makes
are they
this, like,
doing this?
So funny to me is that these are 6-year-old kids doing this. This is some shit you would see like in a manhwa when they're like 20 or whatever.
right.
Like taking it way
Yeah.
seriously. But because they're kids, it's like way funnier
Yeah.
and like sillier
Yeah.
as a result.
That one
Yeah.
girl is determined. That face.
Oh
She's like,
yeah,
I will get. I don't even know. I will get
I
power from
will
this.
date Damien. I don't even know.
Probably.
I just can't believe
what she
that Becky
wants.
was like, "I'm so sorry, boys, but I'm not afraid. But I'm afraid I'm not interested in children." And it's like, but we're the same age.
Oh, yeah, I love that joke.
Becky's so funny.
And then
She is
Anya's
so
like,
funny.
if you want to dance with Dad, you should go dance with the juice guy. Like, totally
Yeah.
throwing
Those
him
are
under the bus. Go dance with him. Get him out of my hair.
And we don't call him Juice Man.
Juice
They're
man.
called juicy.
That's like that's
Oh,
my
it's always
papa, I
so
can call
funny
him.
when Loid just randomly shows up for these events where he's like, I gotta be here. And like, I will break every law to make sure like everything goes well with Anya and Damien and dress up as many waiters as I need to.
He's always the same waiter. No, well, maybe
No,
not the
this
exact
actually,
same.
No,
I
he
think
looks
this guy
different.
looked
He looks
different.
different this
The
time.
first
No,
time
he
he was a
actually
waiter,
looks
it
like
was
a
literally
different-
just himself in glasses. This time he actually changed
Yeah.
his face.
Yeah.
Which is so stupid because they've seen him before. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, like,
Yeah,
Henderson
no, it
could
was
literally just
stupid.
walk up and be like, Mr.
Aren't
Fortune?
you? Yeah, it's like, aren't you a psychologist? Have you been lying about it? And actually, you're a waiter? What?
Yeah.
I
I'm
do it,
surprised that Henderson didn't like ask like any other parents, or I don't know how they choose like what do they
Well, I
call it?
think he said like they didn't invite the parents because they didn't want them also doing the same thing their kids are doing, which is the
Oh.
political
Yeah.
maneuvering.
Said something about volunteers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask
I
Martha.
don't know. I don't know where he
Martha.
expected to get volunteers from if he wasn't gonna ask parents.
So
Yeah.
He really played himself there. At least Martha came through.
Well,
Yeah.
he should have.
Love
Yeah,
Martha.
well, it was. I don't know. I think it was stupid because. And we'll talk about Martha in a second because I'm all about it. But you think he would have asked the Forgers because they're not like elites or anything like that.
Yeah,
you know
that's
I mean?
what I
Like,
was gonna
Well,
say.
Loid is still kind of trying to do that kind of schmoozing around
But he
with other
doesn't
political
know.
figures
He
for
doesn't know
intel.
No, he doesn't know.
But-
But
Nobody
they
knows.
Is this
probably respect
ASMR?
yes.
ASMR podcast.
Anyways.
Oh my god.
What's that?
Who's doing that?
I don't know.
It would have been funny to see Loid as like a chaperone though.
I
In
wanted
there.
Lloyd and yours so bad. We
I
all
know.
did.
I wanted
know.
that too.
And
oh,
yours only like in City Hall, like in quotes, but like it's not like she's politically involved.
Yeah.
What it's like? What would she gain by like not by she could have been a chaperone.
It was an excuse to make the kids the focal point. So
True. I
Unfortunately.
wanted to
But-
see it.
I know.
Lloyd dance so bad.
Not even dance, but I just want them in the same fucking room at least. Like, God,
Yeah.
I hardly ever see that.
Yeah.
But you know what? We got Martha, and we got a little moment with Henderson and Martha, and I ship the old folks.
My
Wink.
Martha and Henderson ship
Wink.
gets stronger every day.
This ship is
They definitely have
flying.
history, and I want to know what that is.
I know. I want to know so bad.
Same here.
How did they
When I
meet?
write the fic, I'm gonna drop it. But when it's
When I
I could probably write a fic faster than Endo makes Twior happen.
We all
Well,
can.
yeah, we all
can.
Yeah.
Very true.
But we'll just
funny,
have to make do with this fun little chapter. I mean, you know what? And nothing crazy happened. I'm like flipping through and make sure.
I'm hoping.
Well,
for
yes,
shit to hit
because
the fan.
It ended on it's gonna be a 2-parter at least.
Yeah.
I hope it's more than that because I want shit to hit the fan so
I do
badly,
too.
so badly. I want shit to happen.
I'm getting impatient.
Shaking Endo in his chair. Come on, dude. Please cook something.
Come on, Moon Man. I do
Come
want
on,
to point
Moon
out
Man.
one panel. It's like the right after like Anya tells all the guys that are asking her to dance that she just wants to dance with Scion Boy. But on that like next page, someone pointed it out, but it's like literally like a Regency movie scene where like Damien and Anya are both like staring at each other.
Yeah,
Across
through like
the
the
room.
crowd of
People.
girls. They're like across the room. It's
It's like
Endo.
Jane Austen.
Endo, you
Also-
cooked something there.
Gotta love Ewan and Emil coming in and being like, all right,
I
you guys need to like take a step back right now.
Ladies, man.
Form a single file line, ladies.
Yeah. I wonder what
Oh.
they're gonna do for that committee picking whatever thing. Probably get something really ridiculous where the girls are like doing, I don't know, like fucking baton
What are they gonna
throwing
do
or
for
something.
him? What are they gonna do?
I have no idea actually.
Well, they're
Well,
gonna
that's my
ask
best
questions, so
Oh,
I'm
probably,
real
huh?
interested to see what those questions are gonna be.
Also, I made this joke. I mentioned it in the chat earlier, saying like, see, look, Endo is trying to prove to us that Emil and Ewan's hair, or like especially Ewan's hair, isn't that bad because look at all these other boys and all their shitty hair.
Oh.
God, Arnold.
Because like he really went out of his way to
Arnold.
make it like ridiculously weird, with like the
Arnold?
'90s edgelord looks.
It
and
makes
stuff.
Damien look like the normal one out of everybody.
Yeah. I thought it was
That's-
funny that Damien just basically swept his hair back to make himself look cooler, I guess, which is
More
what Lloyd
refined.
does too.
A Lloyd look.
A Lloyd look, yeah.
Wait, okay, so yeah. I mean, the parallels of idiocy are there. They always have been there.
Mm-hmm.
I still have other
You know who
notes.
else does that? Probably
Who?
Yeah.
Jeeves does that.
Where's
yeah,
our?
his hair is swept
I miss
back.
Jeeves.
Me too.
Jeeves, come back.
Well,
Oh my
we were
God.
My hot
we were-
butler man, please.
I know. Where's our sexy butler man?
He's probably like he's probably I hope he's the daddy. He's the dad figure in Damien's life. I didn't mean to say daddy.
The daddy figure.
You
Whoa,
know what
Yeah.
I meant.
whoa, Sid.
We
so
know it's on
sorry.
Sid's mind.
Listen, I've been ill. I've been ill all day, and you know
Sounds like
why.
the Black Butler girl.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, I take it
No.
all back.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Daddy.
Well, okay. We were talking about that. Jeeves was the one who probably. God damn it, you guys!
I take full responsibility for this.
God damn it. But yes, okay. Jeeves is the father figure, because we were saying that Jeeves is probably the one who dressed Damien. Like, I know Damien is like a refined young gentleman, but at the same time, he's a 6-year-old kid. He doesn't know how to fucking dress himself.
Yeah, he
so-
doesn't know how to do a bow tie. God forbid.
Oh
somebody
god, no,
else
I
knows.
still don't know how to do a bow tie.
Yeah,
They are annoying.
Part of me would
Clip
hope
on.
that Melinda would have done it, but I know she wouldn't. 'cause she
I was
doesn't wanna
kind of
be
hoping
involved.
too.
Hands off.
It was
Yeah.
either it was most likely Jeeves. Second person is Melinda who picked his outfit.
Okay.
She might have picked it out. She might have
Mama's
picked it out.
boy.
yeah.
Maybe, but Yeah, it's probably Jeeves, but
God
Jeeves
bless
a real
Jeeves.
one. He's a real
Right.
one.
God bless the butlers and the
And the
and the
Marthas.
Marthas.
And
I don't
the
know what to
Marthas.
call Martha, but the
Well,
Marthas.
she's like a security guard slash attendant, I guess.
Yeah, attendant's a
Valet,
good one.
chaperone,
Valet, yeah.
She's like everything.
She's
She
She's
is
the boss.
everything.
She is
She's
everything.
everything.
She is
She's
the
like,
everything.
She's like Barbie. She's everything.
She's everything. He's just
She's the one that gets
Henderson.
the clothes for
Just Henderson.
Becky.
That's
so-
all he
He's
needs.
Henry.
Okay, he's just Henry.
Yeah.
Also, you know what else I thought was funny though, like throughout the chapter? But
Yeah.
speaking of Henderson though, like I just can't like him throughout the chapter was just kind of funny to me because it's just like he's just standing there watching all these kids, like it's like a reality show. And I'm like, what is
Yeah.
he thinking throughout all of this? Like watching Damien and Anya like bicker at each other all the time and
And
like,
also all the little like kid drama where like trying to dance with each other and like they're getting refused or whatever.
Yeah. I'm surprised that like Damien didn't get like a Tony's bolt for throwing a piece of paper at Arnold. Like, this
Henderson
whole
wasn't
like
looking.
sunray thing the
He had
whole
his
chapter.
back turned.
Conveniently.
I mean,
Conveniently.
he was probably having a lot of fun seeing them being a little shit for a while.
Henderson is the Greek chorus, and he's just commenting every fucking time. Also, I hear he was probably like, "Listen, like I already know, I know Damien's, in love with Anya, so I'm not gonna say anything. But do it again, and you get tonight. Just pull."
The fact that like he ran in the halls and then Henderson was like, "Hey, that's not elegant," and the way you like said that back to Anya was like very inelegant. I'm surprised he didn't get anything like any repercussions for how he's like been acting. Like I don't know, especially when he threw that paper.
Yeah.
Nobody came for him.
Nobody came for him. I'm just flipping through random things at this point. I love the one where it's like,
I find funny how one of the kids trying to ask a teacher to dance with him.
oh yeah, that was cute. Well, cute, and at the same time, like kind of like okay,
The girls,
No, yeah, I mean,
The baby lesbians.
the baby lesbians. I looked at that and I'm like, why don't Anya and Becky just dance instead?
yeah,
that
they
might
will
end up
save-
what
guys.
happens.
Screw all the
Probably,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah, it will save them a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
It would.
I mean, Becky like refused all of the guys that asked her to dance, so I'm like, I wonder if anything will happen between Anya and Damien to where she's like just upset and stuff, and then she just like goes to Becky.
That's what I was thinking. I want to go back
Aw.
to that because that's going to be part of the theorizing part at the end of this. But a couple other things I wanted to point out since we're talking about that one panel. George's head is ridiculously flat in that panel. Like,
Oh,
way in the
yeah.
back.
This poor guy, he's always put down by
Like, he got
everybody.
rejected, and at the same time, who
Got yelled
said
at
he
by
looks
Damien.
like he looks like a Goomba that got stepped on by Mario?
God,
Damn, guys! Holy shit!
poor guy.
It's okay. It's just George.
Poor
The kid everybody
George.
makes fun of.
No,
He's the
this-
joke of the group.
This is his real villain origin story.
For
Yeah,
real.
literally.
He's gonna join the SSS when he grows up. Way to go, guys!
Oh my god!
Yeah.
He actually looks like a character, but forget that one.
Seeing Bill was also great.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, Bill
he
looks
seems
like a
taller
straight
than
up adult in that
usual.
suit. It's so funny.
Yeah. Out of context, it looks so weird.
It
looks
does.
so-
If
he
you
looks
didn't
so
know out of
older
context, you
than
think,
he-
is this an adult man who's attending their dance?
No.
What?
Right.
He's someone's father? What?
Yeah.
Daddy.
Daddy.
Oh,
Fucking
I'll never get over
Bison
that.
comes out in a tux, so just chaperoning.
He's the real daddy figure.
Daddy. Okay.
I will be your father figure.
What? Does that
Put your
from?
tiny hand in mine. Do you guys not know George Michael?
No. What? I
Yeah,
don't know.
George
I've never
Michael.
heard this. Oh, George Michael.
Yeah, I know.
I've never
This
heard
is
the
a
song
father
though from
figure.
George.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh my god, we've lost our minds.
Yeah.
You know what else?
What else?
Okay,
What else? Like just a quick thing though. You like that? You know the pairing at the beginning of the chapter.
Yeah, yeah.
made me think of Lloyd in York as the
Oh
brain
yeah,
rot.
like
Oh, yeah.
Eden AU. Yeah, everyone was really gushing about that. Like, oh my god, they kind of look like young Yor and young Lloyd a little bit.
Well, y'all put
Yeah.
that old
That
I was
comparison
like,
with Endo's art, yeah.
yeah, like what was it, like chapter 18 or something, where it's like Lloyd and Yor as
Yeah.
Eden students, and it's like
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah, people literally
similar.
have been obsessed with that since it came out.
Well,
I
the
love
way
it.
What
that
do you mean?
the way that's framed, it looks like that's what Endo was implying. Now that those two are like next to each other, so there you go, shippers. There's your fodder for today.
No,
That's
crap.
Okay.
Your chapter.
The only crumb, a single crumb.
What? Sid, we need to talk about how Viz fucked all of us over with this stupid translation, and literally every other language got a better translation than we
I
did.
know.
Of what?
Okay.
The
So
last
in
page.
the last page, in that panel where Lloyd goes, remember the lesson of your battle with Wheeler, Twilight. Peace between East and West must always be the priority, not anyone's feelings. In Japanese, apparently it translates to kill your feelings.
It's kill your heart.
Or kill your
Ooh.
heart.
God damn.
And then what
Mans
what
is
was
going
it in
through it.
Spanish?
In Spanish, it's forget about your feelings.
No, it's okay. Let me check. It's in.
Yeah, Roski
translate.
Yeah, Rosie will translate. But I'm just like, how did we get screwed? I feel like we just like lost so much meaning.
Well,
This has
This
happened more than
translation.
once. This has happened more than once.
yeah, it has.
Maybe.
Okay, let me see.
Because
Let me see.
context.
No,
'Cause I
yeah, but if every other translation and a direct translation from Japanese, uh, something, it was, it's a goof in. Okay, let me see. It's here.
It kind of reminds me of
okay,
the time where in like chapter 86
Elimina
where
tus
like
sentimientos.
Lloyd
That's
dropped
what it
the
says.
san to
Elimina tus
Yor.
sentimientos, which is like, um, get rid of your feelings.
But see, that doesn't make sense to me. In the context of everything that's going on, like, I don't know what Lloyd is implying with those words. Like, what are your like, he doesn't feel anything right now. So, like, what is he trying to kill at the moment? You know what I mean? Like,
Chapter 86.
He I mean,
Chapter
what I
86.
think he means is that, okay, it's a little weird because the entire debacle is like, oh, will it be bad if she doesn't dance with Damien? No, it's just a school dance. Let her dance with whoever she wants, and he would want to dance with her anyway. No. This is important. This is of tactical importance. Let's make them dance.
yeah, but
No, I feel like it's like
I thought
like
he
a
was kind of
combination of
referring to
what's
all
been
those other
happening since
kids
the
or
mole arc.
something.
well,
I
Like-
thought, okay,
Like, no hard
my-
feeling kids.
okay, hold
but,
on. Say,
my-
say, what were you saying
yeah.
first, and then Pines.
I was saying that he references Wheeler from the mole arc, and he's been kind of like trying to pull himself together, and there's kind of like a crack. There's like some cracking happening where he's trying to like suppress things about like, you know, how he's been feeling about the family and the mission and everything. It's just kind of like slipping a little bit because you see him throughout that chapter being like, well, Anya and Damien deserve to like choose who they want to dance with, and because he keeps going back and forth between like, oh, we need to like push them together for the mission and improve their relationship, and then he goes back and he's like, oh wait, no, they should be able to choose whatever. It's just like him kind of going back and forth and not letting like, you know, deep down feelings and like interrupt like, you know, his spy like mission. It's for the mission feeling.
His target like mindset.
Yeah, I think it, like, to echo what Sid says, I think it changes the context of what he says a little bit about how he's like, Anya should be able to choose who she dances with, and Damien should choose who he dances with. But then he realized he it hits him, if we think about it in like terms of the other translations where it's him saying that he has to eliminate his own feelings rather than, I think the not prioritize anyone else's feelings could be interpreted as being Anya's or Damien's feelings, but I think the real translation is supposed to be his own feelings versus his feelings towards the mission and his feelings towards like Anya and his like actual like, you know, like caring about her.
Also, Yor too, because that was a big thing in '86 with the mole arc and everything.
Oh yeah, he was.
Because he was in turmoil about thinking Yor as a weakness, like, and just the family in general being a weakness to him. And he tells himself to pull himself together because of like his conflicting thoughts about the mission being super important and trying to think of the fortress as like not a real thing to him. So it's just like a mix of all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Man's just going through it.
Good.
Yeah.
I want him to.
Yeah. About time.
Endo's even said that he's starting to kind of like move in a certain direction.
Yeah, the wonder thing, no?
Wow, that only took 90 chapters.
Wherefore
5 years later.
I mean, we talked about this in the chat. I mean, like, he had more growth in the first, like, 16 chapters and then just went back to 0, and now we're, like, climbing back up. Like, he fell down the well. Like, he got up out of the well.
35. Because that chapter where he was talking to Yor about his mom, like, really something truly, like, deep and personal to him, and we haven't had anything like that much since
fair.
then.
Oh my god, yeah.
But yeah, that's 60 chapters, though. Like, he fell down the well, and he's been crawling his way up slowly. And, I don't know, he's like...
Suppression.
Okay, I know
I want to
everyone.
shake him.
Okay, everyone knows I hate Loid, and I'm like the president of the Loid hate club.
All right, you don't have to say that every single time.
Yeah,
No, I
that's
have to
fine.
say every single time. But I think people have given a lot of criticism to Loid about how he's being very cold and being like very just like not caring about Yor and Anya. But honestly, I think he does care about them, and I think his actions, the fact that he's like, okay, maybe I'm just reaching, but I think he's being cold on purpose because he's realizing that he does care about them.
Yeah, he's
and he needs to
overcompensating.
take a step back and remember the mission. And yeah, like Rosalie
Yes.
said, he's overcompensating for that. And maybe I'm reaching, and this is just me,
I feel
defending him for once in my life, but whatever.
Gasp.
It's just subtle stuff, like just the fact that, like, in chapter 94 where Anya's just like, I want to come out and explore with you, and he's like, sure, why not? And then, like, he just quickly gave in to her and wanting to take her out to the the skiing resort area, just like subtle things like that. And then also like chapter what was it, 92, where they were doing the exams and stuff, and him having like a little heart to heart with her about like the classical language stuff. There's just like some subtle things that you notice. He's not like an outwardly like expressive person.
No.
And he's still he's still very repressed, and he's trying to not give in to like what he deep down like he would really want is like a real family again, because he did mention that in the early chapters where he's like he was envious of Yor and Yuri's sibling relationship, and you just see some subtle things, and he's like, I wonder what it'd be like to have a real family and stuff. And I know there's been a lot of criticism about him, like Pine said, witnessed that today a lot, and I'm like, I don't know, it's just I didn't think that it was that bad. I didn't think he was that cold or anything. It was the truth. She did make a Snotaconda in the other chapter. Is he wrong?
I do want to.
Your child does something super disgusting, and you're like, I don't think I'd want any kid to be involved with that. God
I'm
forbid.
doing you a favor, Damien. Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean. Okay. So like because I'm flipping through chapter 86 for like the whole Yor thing.
I think about that chapter a lot. Can you tell? I'm so normal about
rent
that
free in your brain.
You-
That's what I was gonna bring up. So you did, or I think it was you, Sid, but somebody brought up in the chat that apparently with the new volume 13, correct? 13.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They did something that they did with volume 5 where Endo went back and like updated the picture, and they did it with Yor's face in chapter 86, and
Yes. That was me.
that was you.
I brought that up, yeah.
The part where Loid is looking at Yor and he's having that moment with her, they updated her face to make it more like rounded and like wider and just like more
glowy
like
and blurry, like
softer. Like I said, it was like mom face. like sweet mom face, and like I think that was Endo trying to like I don't know the word for it, like stress the fact that like Loid sees her as this comforting person in his life, and that just brings the moment where he's in the shower afterwards, like that just hits even harder, where he's just like pull it together, like
That's what
stop
Endo
thinking this
said.
way, like
And Endo did mention that like he's kind of, I can't remember word for word, but it's like, how do I explain it? Where he's like kind of starting to like change is not the word, but he's slowly like kind of starting to realize, he has these like deep down feelings, and compared to like being with the forgers and stuff for like what 4 or 5 months now. I think there's finally going to be some progression.
I mean, technically,
Almost
they,
four.
they are they are finishing the semester, so 6
It's
months.
only been like 3 months. So.
Oh, to be fair, the first 10 volumes cover 3 months.
Good God. All right, guys. Anything else we have to talk about? Any predictions?
Let me check.
I mean, rapid fire.
Oh, okay, so we were going to talk about that. I did say we were going to talk about words. So 2 options that we were talking about earlier was A, Anya says Anya wins like the competition or whatever, so she dances with Damien, but then she says something stupid, pisses him off, and then we just go back to square one, which is Endo's typical MO.
Endo style.
Yeah. Or the one I'm more intrigued about is Anya wins, they start dancing, Damien says something that triggers Anya and just like makes her like pisses her off, or just like makes her like completely shut down, and that's how that ends. Like she doesn't want anything to do with Damien.
I want that so bad, where she gets so upset that like
yeah, because Endo in the background has been like building up this Anya angst, and I'm kind of wondering, like, I don't know, like is this gonna lead into that? Like, is she gonna like have a moment where like Damien pisses her off, but nobody really knows why, and then we get like a flashback of Anya in some way that explains it?
So bad, because it's like throughout, like recently with the short chapter where it's based on Anya and her not really knowing how to spell her own name, that extra illustration with her at the orphanage. What else? There was like some, even with her being focused on the classical language, and Loid being curious about her upbringing regarding classical language, and them having kind of like a little heart to heart there a little bit. And there's just a lot of subtlety, and also like that panel at the end of 94 where it's like talking about being around dangerous people and stuff, and it's just like, is this leading up to something more than like,
I know.
do I need to get my hopes up again?
for like
No.
the last honestly, since that like short mission, it's just been like, is Endo cooking something, or are we just wearing our tinfoil hats too long?
I mean, they're bringing up politics and like other kind of like, just recent chapters. It's been like a lot more like darker.
Well, there's a subtext that is starting to rise, like even the Omake of the Omake of Volume 13, while it ended on a joke to keep things in check,
that was dark stuff.
It went into quite dark territory. So
and for those of you who don't know, there is an Omake in Volume 13. There's no official translation yet.
There's only fan translations. Yeah.
There were a couple fan translations. Who translated in the chat earlier today for us? Yumeka.
Okay. I haven't read.
She hasn't done it yet, but there's like another one that I found on Twitter that somebody
please share it.
I
shared it in that chat.
You did? Oh, okay. I must have missed it.
It's essentially what happened. So Loid apparently was at the flea market with Yor and Melinda, and he was helping Frankie. Frankie was there in disguise.
Okay.
And just going over very briefly. I mean, could y'all give me the link on that so I could throw it in the description so people could see that?
Yeah, I have it.
Cool. So yeah, I'll put a link in the description, but very vaguely, Loid was there. he wasn't there for Yor, I don't believe.
No, he was there to help Frankie.
Oh,
he does
I
it
kind
every
of was hoping
year.
you got a little worried about her or something.
Yeah, he helps with the veterans
no,
every year. It looks
he
like.
was there because Frankie was dumping stuff. He didn't expect Melinda to come up there, so he's like, "Oh, she came."
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Loid says you've been participating every year, haven't you? When City Hall comes to this event and stuff, Loid decided to come out and help Frankie out. But Frankie seems to come to this event every year.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And Loid overhears your speech about children. He gets all emotional. Not as emotional as Loid can get, and then is like,
which is
okay,
just
eyes,
a pause on the eyes squinting slightly.
I love that though.
No, I love it. I love Endo's like Lloyd's going to express himself by like his eyes, and that's it, because it's like the most subtlest of emoting, basically.
Lloyd's eyes are my favorite character in Spy Family.
Yeah, same. I love how Endo draws his eyes and shows his like feelings through his eyes.
But you know what? Also about feelings, we get to see a flashback of Frankie in the war. Well, not of Frankie, I don't think, but just like his view of the war, like what happened, because all the girls are there because they were talking about the war and like how it affects them and stuff. Millie and the girls visit Frankie at his stall, and they have a conversation briefly about like Frankie being in the war, and they have a moment about that. And then it ends on a funny note about Frankie selling a hairdryer to Millie and fucking up her hair. But
he even tried to ask her out.
Yeah,
he did.
And she rejected him on the spot.
Yeah, good for her. But
yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's a lot of sad stuff going on in the background, and I'm thinking like, okay, is this gonna tie into the main plot at all?
He tried to joke it off when he talked about being the only survivor. Like it was sad, and then yours just like gives him like a pitiful look, like a sad look, and then he's just like, well, that was my acquaintance older brother's friend that said that, and I'm like, bro, are you okay?
I'm like reading it right now. This is really depressing. What the
It is
hell?
very
Yeah.
depressing.
I didn't know how bad it was gonna get. I barely saw like a couple of little panels of it, like the original Japanese. I was like, oh, that looks cool, I guess. I don't know, it looks kind of boring. I take it back.
I take it all back.
I take it all back. This is really sad.
Yeah, but see, that's what
Endo,
I'm thinking.
why didn't you make this a chapter?
I know.
Oh boy.
I'm part of me wonders if like this Omake was the reason why we got an extra 2 weeks of hiatus.
Because it's actually quite robust.
Content.
Yeah.
It's quite long for an Omake, actually. And it kind of like reminds me of how like 94 was so short in just one chapter. And the fact that we had such a long break. I'm kind of glad that we didn't have like a cliffhanger on anything when that ended, you know?
That's fair.
For like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'll give it.
I always have to appreciate the way Endo like writes anything to do with like war or like the effect it had on people. He takes it very seriously, and I appreciate that from him.
Yeah.
It always shows through in and we've talked about it before on the podcast of like his previous works have been a lot more serious, and that was always a criticism of his editors, not necessarily in a bad way, but just that I don't think it sells very well, and that's why he was pushed to do comedy in the first place. But it's always something that's fascinated him, and he's always been very like interested in portraying in his stories. And I feel like there is a struggle with him here of like, the comedy is the reason why people came to this manga, but at the same time, he really wants to tell this story, this serious story. And I don't think he knows how to do it. Like, not at this point, because it's become such a big deal. And I think actually that's maybe to the detriment slightly of the series, is like it's gone so big for these reasons, you know.
It's Final Fantasy VII, you know.
No,
How?
I don't know.
You need to explain yourself, Roski.
Okay.
Okay, no, the worst metaphor for us.
Okay, I can actually explain. It's really easy. If you play the original game, 3 days long, the story isn't really quite about Cloud, Sephiroth, or Tifa.
Mm-hmm.
The entire story is about the relationship of we people with the world. Because if you know the ending of the original Final Fantasy VII, it's narratively satisfactory, but it doesn't give us a conclusion to what happened to the characters we've been following along. Because the entire point of the story is that the world is bigger than us. You know.
Okay.
So
that's how we got the movie Advent Children.
But fuck Advent Children. Advent Children is actually part of the symptom of the story.
But I like that movie.
Oh no.
Okay. No, but
no, go
I
ahead.
I think you get what I'm getting at.
Yeah. No.
We're kind of spoiled with some certain Western shows here that have plot and all that stuff, and it's just you want to dig your claws into it, and then the Japan media sometimes doesn't always work that way, and it's
yeah. It can be frustrating, but like I said, hopefully next chapter we will have some progression. I think we will. I think it's overdue. I think Endo realizes that, but we will be here to talk about it when it drops in 2 weeks, unless there's another, I don't know, something happens and we get that for another month or so.
See, now you put it into the air, Crow.
Well, even if it does, we've got the movie coming out April 12th, I believe.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention something about the movie.
Go for it.
Now, it's funny because the absolute disaster of a crossover with Street Fighter was meant to rile up the movie, and that shit was just a temporary DLC that is not available anymore. While the movie didn't even come out in the rest of Asia, someone in the marketing department fucked up. Real bad.
Oh, wow.
I'm so hype anyway. Who cares about Street Fighter DLC? I don't. I just want to see the movie.
I know.
Yeah, but I mean,
so long.
And didn't we say if it was gonna be in April, I was gonna pirate that shit? I should.
Yeah.
I'll be pirating it, and I'll also be rewatching it.
I'm cutting this. I'm cutting this. I can't condone piracy.
I mean, I really want to go see it in theaters and enjoy it on the big screen. I'm really excited about it. I have surprisingly been able to keep from getting spoilers because I literally stayed off Twitter for months after the movie came out.
I think I know the entire plot of the movie.
I don't. I surprisingly don't know anything about it.
I don't
because
know
I've done.
Oh my God, but April 19th will be an amazing day for annoying people, aka dancing pineapples.
I will be going to the theater. I'll probably be taking the day off, and we'd be like, "Hey, boss, April 19th, I'm taking this day off."
It's a bit. Honestly, maybe I should take it off because first we have the Spy Family movie, and we have Taylor Swift dropping a new album.
All right,
it's gonna be an incredible day for annoying people like me.
The Swifties and the Spikes Family fans are gonna be so happy, and the Swifties Spikes Family fans are gonna be really happy.
Oh my God. Okay, well, I guess we'll call the episode there so we can go to our respective jobs and request the 19th off because we got Taylor Swift and Spy Family movie.
I'm gonna keep writing that fic that I was working in a while. Oh my God, I have promised this for 2 fucking years. By now, I have to finish it. If I finish it within this week, link in the description below.
I have faith in you, buddy. In the meantime, we will go ahead and call it here. I've got a lot of editing to do because this is an hour and a half, and
it's been
we just had a lot to talk about.
We were so pent up.
I'm so mentally ill.
We're so ill. We need to spout our insanity.
So, did you guys see quickly before we're done?
Yes.
There was another translation from Indonesian from SK. It says "kill your emotions" instead of in English where it says "not anyone's feelings."
That's so metal.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's I don't understand why it says "not anyone's feelings" and it says "kill your emotions."
I'm just saying again, that translation, I think it really shifted
just kind of
the context of the panel and the chapter. But whatever. I had my rant.
Okay. No more ranting. We're gonna call it here.
Please, we have to go.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye.
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 See y'all hopefully in 2 weeks. Bye.